welcome back to Doodles and Drawings. Today we're going to be drawing another childhood favorite character, one a little bit more recent than the last one, which is Peppa Pig. Peppa is from jolly old England, as you will, and we're going to be doing her from her famous show Peppa Pig. Something we're going to be doing a little bit different today because Peppa is outlined in pink. We're going to be doing something a little different. Instead of sketching in pencil, we are going to be sketching in pen. Um, a little bit more different than you might be used to, especially for this show. But we're going to give it a try and we're going to see how it goes. Remember, with pen, we can't erase, so we're going to have to be a little bit more careful. But that's okay. You can always do it with pencil and do it the old-fashioned way, the way I've been doing all the other episodes. But today we're going to be giving this a shot, make it a little bit more accurate. So let's get started. Peppa Pig, right, is a pig, of course, and her head looks kind of like a whistle, actually, if you think about it. So let's start with her head. We're going to go all the way up here, and she's got a kind of a curled snout. And it comes down and around into the pig area. Here's our snout. And then it curls down and around like that. That's kind of the shape of her head. Her nose circles back up, which is where that is. And then her eyes are right here because she's always kind of looking sideways. She's kind of a flat two-dimensional character. She's got some ears. The first one is usually above her second eye here, and then you have another one really close. Then from her head, you do have her skirt slash dress she's always wearing. So we're going to come down like this, and it kind of looks like if you put like a Reese's peanut butter cup upside down. It kind of looks like that. Like that. Nice and simple. And then from there, she's got legs, which I'll have coming down here. Like that. And then she's also got arms, of course, because what would be a childhood character without arms? So they kind of come out. They're very skinny because she's supposed to be a young girl. And she's got 3 fingers. So they kind of look like this. Kind of looks like a trident. Like that. On both sides. And then she also, because she's a pig, she has a tail. So we're going to draw that. And it loop-de-loops. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that. And basically what we're doing here is we're setting up for the loop-de-loop like that. And there's Peppa Pig's tail. Now you notice I don't have a lot of the details in our sketch right now, and that's because I want to make sure that we use the correct color for it. So we're going to set our red pen down that we used. I'm going to just leave it right up there so you can see it. And we're going to skip our marker step today. We don't need it because we used red as our outline. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to use a black colored pencil and we're going to draw in Peppa Pig's shoes and her irises. So for her shoes, they're like little ovals. They're black. They're both usually going the same direction. There we go. So there's our Peppa Pig's shoes. And then we'll draw her irises in her eye like that. They're just little circles. Now we can see Peppa looking at us. Next, we're going to want to draw or grab a darker pink color. We're going to go with this one here. And that's going to be for her smile. She's got a nice big smile like that. And we're going to make sure it's nice and thick because she's got a nice thick smile like that. There we go. So there's Peppa Pig. She's smiling at us. We're going to take a slightly lighter color, maybe like a pink. And that's going to be, or no, we're going to keep using our dark pink here. Those are going to also be for our snout holes up here, where her nose is. And she also has rosy cheeks, so we're going to draw a circle in there. That's where her color in her face. And then we're going to take our lighter pink, and that's going to be the main color of our piggy friend here. So for Peppa, we're going to start coloring her in a lighter pink. And she's got lots of different areas where you can color her arms, because her dress doesn't really have sleeves per se. You could color her tail in. You've got her legs, which are under her dress here. And then the rest of her face and ears all pink. So you can, it's a pretty monochromatic color wise. There we go. So I don't know if you guys have watched any Peppa Pig, but one of my favorite episodes is the one where Peppa is trying to learn to whistle and she can't quite figure it out, and she calls her friend Susie Sheep. Susie Sheep! And they talk about whistling and how upset Peppa is, and then Susie gets it right away, and Peppa just hangs up on her. I feel like that's a very Peppa thing to do. She's sometimes pretty rash and silly in that way. So I felt like that episode of Peppa Pig really embodied Peppa's character. And then finally, her dress is a just standard red. So we're going to grab red here, and we're going to fill in her dress. Maybe she's on her way to school with Madame Gazelle, who's her teacher. Maybe she's outside. She's going to play with George, her little brother. Maybe they're about to go out on a walk with Daddy Pig and Mommy Pig. So many different things that Peppa Pig does. And we're going to do a background for this one. When we did SpongeBob last episode, we didn't really do a background. For Peppa Pig, we're going to do a background. And there's one thing I know Peppa Pig likes to do more than anything, and that is to jump in muddy puddles. So what we're going to do is we're going to come into... So I'm going to come grab a brown here for our muddy puddles. So there we go, our brown. We're going to have a grassy field around the muddy puddle, right? Because she's out and about in the English countryside. We've got sky blue, and we already have black. So we're going to put a cloud in the sky as well. So let's move our pen out of the way here. And we'll start real quick by drawing our cloud. We're just going to make a bunch of half circles, and that can be a cloud. We're going to have a horizon. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up about halfway and draw this blue line. Everything above that's going to be the sky. Everything below that's going to be our grassy field. And then we're going to need to draw our muddy puddle. So what we're going to do is we're going to go about halfway up Peppa's dress and do the same thing really we did with the cloud, and make this muddy puddle she's going to be jumping in. So we're going to color that in brown because it's a muddy puddle. There we go. I love jumping in muddy puddles. Right, Daddy Pig? Why, yes, Peppa. Daddy, your tummy is very big. Now, that's how Peppa talks, because she's from England. Peppa Pig. Doink, 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 doink. Peppa Pig. All right, so there's her muddy puddle. And if you want to kind of show that she's splashing, we can have some like black lines here, because that's where she's standing in our muddy puddle. It's kind of like how when you stand in water, there's like little ripples in it. You can draw some ripples in there as well. Make it look like she's standing in there. We can get our grassy field going with our green. There we go. Because even though there's a muddy puddle, it's still a grassy field. We're still out in England. very grassy out in the countryside where Peppa lives. Alright, so we got that side colored in. And then we'll do this side as well for our sky. And it just had rained, so our cloud might not be completely white. Because you know when it rains, our clouds get a little darker. So what we'll do is we're going to go into our colored pencil box here. And we're going to look for a gray, which is the color of like a... Oh, that's not gray. Come on, colored pencils. Come on out. Show me where you're at. Where's our gray? I saw one earlier. There it is. We've got a gray, so we're going to kind of, not the whole cloud maybe, but just part of it. We're going to color in gray because it's a little rainy. And maybe what we could do is get a darker blue for raindrops. Get a little bit more dark. Maybe this one right here. And we can show that it's coming down. It's raining. And Peppa doesn't mind because jumps in muddy puddles. And there we go. That's what you could do for a Peppa Pig drawing. I hope you've enjoyed watching this episode, and next time we'll go on to another character. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time for some more Doodles and Drawings. Bye.